Hey guys, it's Angela Carter here with AngelasInkLink.com, and today I'm going to show you how to use your envelope punch board by Stampin' Up! To create these really cute, adorable bows. It's super easy. So basically, to start, all you're going to do is take a piece of paper and you're going to want to cut it at least an inch wide, because if you go any smaller, the cuts that you make right here are going to touch in the middle and it's going to break your paper in half. So you want to stay at least an inch wide, but you can go wider if you want. Now some people get into the 1/8 of an inch and I just can't deal with math, so this is how I do it. This is the easy way. I cut this at 8 on purpose because I wanted it to be even so I could figure out the numbers better, because again, I hate math. So anyway, 1/2 of 8 is 4. So what I'm doing is lining this up right at the 4-inch mark, and then I'm going to punch and turn it over and do the same exact thing. Okay, so now we know that this is 8 inches and this is 4 inches, and we punched right in the middle. So in order to make the bow part, I want to cut this in half too. So 1/2 of 4 would be 2. So I'm going to punch it 2 on both sides. And then I'm going to make a tail. The way that you make a tail is you take this end and you insert it right in here. I don't know if you can see that really well. And then I'm just going to punch. And you're just going to eyeball it. There's no lining it up. And you can see it makes that cute little tail. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side. Again, 1/2 of 4 is 2. Turn it over, do it again. And the tail. Awesome. So we want to break up the fibers in the paper so that it bends easier. So all I'm going to do is take my bone folder and curl it over, and that makes it easier to bend without making a straight line, like a crease in the paper. I'm going to take my mini glue dots and I'm just going to put one on this side, and I'm going to fold it over so that it lines up evenly with the punch, and fold this back. Okay, so I'm just going to do this again on this side. I'm going to put a glue dot right here. Okay, so you can see I folded this paper back. Now you've got a really cute bow. You may have noticed this one compared to my first one looks a little different. This one's got the shorter tails, and I'm going to show you how to do that next without really having to think about numbers too much. I've got the same dimensions, 8 by 1. We're going to line it up at 4 punch because that's right in the middle of the paper. Okay, but now I don't want my tails as long. So what I did last time was I broke this down to 1/2 of 4, which was 2. So if I want to make my tails shorter, I'm going to move it this way. If I want to make my tails longer, I'm going to move it this way. But today I want my tails shorter. So it was at 2. I'm going to move it down to 1.5 inches right on this line. Turn it over and do the same thing, and then create a tail. And do the same thing on the other side. 1.5. Create my tail. Break up the fibers in the bow. And get my mini glue dots out. There. So you can see, let me show you the other one that we just made, how the tails are longer and shorter. Alright, like I said, you can make the bows as wide or as not as wide as you want, for lack of a better word. This one is still 8 inches, but instead of being an inch, I went 1.5 inches. So again, I'm going to line it up at the same spots, which is 4 inches is the middle. Okay, I'm going to go 1.5 inches because I like the short tails on this side. Give myself a little tail. Same thing on the other side. Okay, and then I'm going to punch at 1.5 inches again. Break up the fiber in the paper so it doesn't crease when I fold it. Grab myself some glue dots. I'm going to use 2 this time, just because it's a little bigger. Then fold it over. And then I'm going to grab some more glue dots here. Fold it over. And there you got your wider bow. Okay, so you can see the 3 different kinds of bows that we've made today. These are both 1 inch. This is 1.5 inches. This is with the longer tails, and we scored it at 2 inches. This is the shorter tails where we scored it at 1.5 inches. And then of course this is the larger size bow. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. That's my phone. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or email.